Guess what? I just realised something. How about that for a laugh, folks? How about that? Here you go. Here you go. Like, here you go. If you didn't know, you'd never know, right? I forgot all about this, and I've been out and about looking for a microphone. A buddy of mine said, your audio's not the best. Not sure if it's my phone or your phone, but you know, Faircore, moving forward doing these videos, having good audio is definitely going to help digestibility for those who discover the videos, okay? But I didn't even know. I thought people were maybe judging me because I'm wearing Ugg boots, and that was going to be my little discussion. Is, you know, how you dress has got something to do with how you're judged. So that'll be the title. Whoa, bang! I said that at 111. How you dress is how you will be judged. Now, this is definitely not the best area that I feel, just based on being a bit of a street kid, coming from the streets a little bit, down there in Brizzy, or from here it's up there in Brizzy. There's, you know, a bit of a chameleon. I have that ability to blend in a little bit. However, it's a tricky one, because see, I've got Ugg boots on. These are my dad's Ugg boots. Thank you, Dad. Love ya. Oh, I said here's the deal. These Ugg boots are emu leather, so they're not your run-of-the-mill synthetic look-alike imitation sheepskin Ugg boots. This is lamb's wool or sheep's wool with emu leather. Okay, so they're quite la-di-da, but anyone with Ugg boots, you know, it's welfare. You know what I mean? I've got the old hard yakka jacket. This is one of the best jackets I've ever owned. This is so versatile. It's very rugged. It keeps me really warm. The only downfall is the liner is synthetic liner. But I've got my old Bisley. These are good shirts too. Bisley cotton shirts on the inside too. So I think of old Auntie Barbara O'Neill. Anyone knows Barbara O'Neill? Heard of Barbara O'Neill? Just, you know, do what you can, right, with what you have. So it turns out it wasn't my Ugg boots. Anyway, about the Ugg boots, these are pretty pricey, so no one would know that these are pricey Ugg boots. But because they're Ugg boots, there's a label attached to that, right? And now I know why I was getting some interesting looks. But nonetheless, we'll keep soldiering on. Okay, so there's a double whammy in this. So how you're dressed is how you will be judged, and that's just something you will need to accept. And so being defensive or offensive, or being offended, bitter or angry towards how people are going to label you or look at you and, oh, you know, stay away from that person. Fair. It's like a smell. Okay. Something that smells unpleasant. That's just how it is. How is it that you can justify getting upset about that? So, I don't know how you can. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Because where I am, this area, unfortunately, that it's just it's a mixture of things, right? It's a mixture of things, you know. you need to keep your wits about you. So I'm reminding myself just back then when I was in the shopping complex, keep your eyes open, yeah. Like, stay frosty. It's a little bit like that here. You need to stay frosty. It's unfortunate, but that's just how it is. It's like an unpleasant smell. An unpleasant smell is an unpleasant smell. But now I'll turn on the camera to have a chin wag with you. So this mark. So here's the infused life lesson, or philosophy, whatever you want to call it, is that if you don't know, how can you know what you don't know? So what am I getting at? Like what okay, what are you getting at? It's this. And it's relating to this YouTube video channel becoming something. Is I've just put aside all the stuff that I've learned. I'm not interested in tapping into strategies and algorithms or any of that. I'm just doing what I'm doing. I'm dancing with the belief of the potential and disregarding anything that may interfere with that. So it's a bit like ignorance is bliss to some regard here. Okay, I'm not being dismissive. Things like, let's improve the audio, let's get a microphone, and woo-wah, that has been a journey today. I've been to, I think 4 outlets now, major outlets. No. You have all of these huge, big complexes, like just going in the spotlight, and I'm looking for an awl, and they just had this little pissy awl. It's called a speedy stitcher. No, not there. Looking for a lapel microphone that plugs into your phone, C-type. You'd think that'd be, no, I guess it's a specialized product. No, Big W, no. A J card, no. Well, I went into Telstra, no. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting things that I want to say, but it is what it is. It's like people just, what I'm picking up here, people just turn up to get paid to do nothing. It's like you realise that your job enlists customer service, right? I walked into the shop and immediately, bang, I get it. I look a bit like a scruff, but I'm on a mission. Can I say I'm a man on a mission? Potentially. Then it's like, okay, I got my work pants on, I got my jacket on. Right. Turns out I still got this silicone. But so the adhesion test, mate, bang. Works real well on skin. I cannot even feel an indifference. That makes sense. I can just feel skin. So this has gone right into my skin. So maybe I have a beauty spot, eh? How about that? I'm sure there's a way to get rid of it. But either. Now, but isn't that funny? So instead of someone, this is the thing. Instead of someone, this is how, I'm going to say the word gutless. A lot of people are, especially males. Because the man, as I'm going through this process, like the evolution of Captain Kane, I don't think there's many men around. There are men out there. Most definitely. But the ratio of men to males, there's more males than men, I believe. So no one, this whole time that I've been out and about, what's the time? What's the time, Mr. Wolf? 10 o'clock. So nearly an hour, 2 hours I've been running around. Not running, walking. Man on a mission. No one said, oh, do you know that you have a white spot? What do you think I'm going to do? How dare you look in my face? How dare you? Like you're a meter away and you're looking at my face, making an observation. I would just say, oh yeah, that's silicone. Do you know a good way to get that off? I forgot I had silicone on my hand and scratched my face. But thanks for reminding me, because I'd forgotten all about it. So it goes back to the philosophy thing. Like if you just were to forget and just sit in what you feel is capable, then unless you consciously choose to, nothing really can disrupt your momentum with where it is that you will like to arrive at, what it is that you will like to obtain, acquire, achieve. And even in the moment where someone might say, oh, you got something on your face, go, yeah, I know. Or in regards to you, I'm not sure if that's a good idea. You're right, it might not be a good idea. But I don't know that. And you don't know that. You're thinking that. So if we're to split it up for you to make sense, what I'm just saying right now is I'm having a dialogue with someone. Maybe I'm having a dialogue with you. And you say to me, I don't think that's a good idea. And I respond, say, you know what? That might not be a good idea. And then I add to that, but I don't know that. And then I say to you, and you don't know that. You only think that. And I need not be governed by your thoughts. Because they're your thoughts, not mine. So if I'm in a position where I think that your thoughts are detrimental to my thinking, then it's foolish for me to allow your thinking to dwell within my thoughts. Are you keeping up? So I'm a man on a mission. Yeah, I've got something on my face. Whoop-de-doo. It's not going to impede on my mission. So I can still go out into the public, because how people react is how people react. I remind myself with other people's behavior that I'm not responsible to judge the flaws in others. I'm not responsible in correcting other people's behavior. I believe it was 1 o'clock this morning. I'm not sure what was going on with this person. I'd say it was a fella, but they're just doing burnout, and it must have gone for 15-20 minutes. I'm like, man, what are you upset about? Because I get it, there's having a bit of fun and letting off a bit of steam, but I just got a sense that this person was angry. Just poor car. Right. But that's them. I mean, it woke me up, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do about it? You know what I mean? So there we go. But just remember, that's the deal. How you're dressed is how you'll be judged. And if you never knew, then how can it affect you? Like, how can that which you don't know about actually affect you? Ooh. So that'll be the infusion. The way you dress is how you're going to get judged. That's the facts. And how can that which you don't know about actually affect you? It's a big title. You know, I'll put it in the description, a little bit of this backstory. And talking about description, has anyone had a read of the description of this channel? It's a work in progress. Let me know what you think about it. I'm a little curious. So that's the mission, and as you saw, that suction cap, hey, has been on the side of the Crow Boy for thousands of kilometers, and I'm finally putting it in side. All this time. That's the other thing. If I'm realizing, if I just pause, right? Pause. Look. Breathe. Pay attention. Be more observant. That which I need is actually right there at hand. So, at the moment, this is the audio. It's potentially good because I'm in the van. So we'll see. We'll need to make a stand. Actually, I've got a tripod here in the van, so I'll put that into play. Okay, and I'll set that up in sitting Pelican, and perhaps that can be part of today's mission as well. Setting up a little chinwag station for a nighttime chinwags. Alright people, thanks for tuning in. Be good, be great, be brilliant, and that's it. You know, do what you can with what you have. I've been out in the public. I'm not bullshitting you folks, and I've been a bit curious, like, what's with the energy. But there you go. So forward march. If this is the thing, if I was to let this little bit of silicone affect me, what's that say about me? That's a huge levels of insecurity. That now I'm going to be like concerned, or people are going to judge me. It is what it is. At the end of the day, I know who I am. I know who I seek to become. That's the value. That's what I'm investing my energy. I know who I was. I know the things that I've done. Right? They will be a bit like this silicone. Right? They will forever be a stain on my timeline. Unfortunately, that's just how it is. Right? I've got to deal with that. That's the ghost of my past. But that's the past is there, and it's only a memory that I choose to recollect. Otherwise, there's the potential of the fact that it actually no longer exists. It only exists in my recall. And the past is just a word to make reference to that which we recall in our mind. So back at it. Right. We ran out of coffee and all that good stuff. But I've got some videos coming, something interesting, and it may be, I'm going to say that it may be the video that helps this YouTube channel grow in subscriber numbers. That will be the title. Will this video help grow my subscribers? So stay tuned.